Hey guys, Lockie from Focus Performance Training, and today's the last day of squat week. And to finish off today, we're going through footwear and what are the right shoes to wear when squatting, because it is a big question and I get asked a lot. Should I go and buy a pair of weightlifting shoes, or should I be fine in a pair of Metcons, or should I go and buy a pair of sort of hybrid shoes? And we're going to explore that a little bit today. So I'm going to start off with the weightlifting shoe. So this is the sort of shoe that people end up getting after a few years of lifting, a bit of CrossFit here and there, or when they're starting to take their weightlifting really seriously. Now, this is an Addidas Adipower. This is probably one of the gold standard in weightlifting shoe. They've been around for ages, and Adidas have a very long history in weightlifting shoes. Now, this has a raised heel, and what that allows is, when in the bottom of a squat, it allows your knee to travel further forward or get greater dorsiflexion of your ankle. Now, what this allows is a much more upright chest, so that you can receive load much more evenly, distributed across your foot, so it stays in the middle rather than pushing forward or going behind. These shoes can be quite expensive, so they're an investment. If you want to get really serious about your lifting, these are a great shoe to go with. So in addition to being really good for weightlifting, these are good for hypertrophy and bodybuilding too. So we want it when we're hypertrophying, or we're trying to build as much muscle as possible, specifically on the quad, we want to try and load that muscle as much as possible. So what the weightlifting shoe does is, with that greater dorsiflexion, or letting our knee go further forward, we can greater bias the use of our quad muscles versus our hamstring muscles or our glutes. That'll allow for great hypertrophy effect, because we're taking the load through the muscle through a full range of motion with the greatest load possible. This is going to carry over and be much more useful. So when we're using high bar back squats, we've got a much larger range of motion versus low bar back squats, where the range of motion sort of stops at that parallel. They're really good for that, in addition to being a really good lifting shoe in general. So the next shoe I'm going to go on with is the Nike Metcon, or your traditional CrossFit shoes. Now, these are becoming much larger market. Under Armour just released their one, so I'm going to talk about what I know, being the Nike Metcon, and I've worn Nanos all out to 8. So the Nanos are a much more stable shoe, and are a little bit heavier and a little bit less flexible than the Metcon. The Metcon's a lighter shoe, more agile. I would recommend getting a pair of Nanos, the Metcons, or the Innovates even. Can't speak on the Under Armours. For someone who's just going to the gym and needs a good gym training shoe, they're going to be able to cope with everything from burpees, running. I've run 5K in these. Feet hurt a little bit, but they were able to do it, and squatting as well. So they're a good all-rounder shoe, and I'd really promote, if you're getting into squatting, you're getting into training, and you want to get better, even deadlifting, these are the shoe to go with if you can't go barefoot at your gym. So I did forget to mention as well the capability of the Metcons to be used for weightlifting and for weightlifting movements. Now, the only downside here is that if you haven't got really good ankle mobility, good thoracic mobility, you're going to get caught out with these shoes. Because you don't have the added heel like you and the weightlifters, you're not going to be able to get as upright as possible if your knees can't track forward. But if you're someone who's got really good dorsiflexion, i.e. your knee can travel a long way forward over your toes without a heel, you'll be fine. That's the only caveat with using these for weightlifting, is that you won't have as good ankle flexion, which will mean you'll be slightly more inclined forward. So the last shoe I talk about squatting in is your general run, the shoe that most people have. And this is the shoe you see most people squatting in when you go to a Globo gym or a commercial gym, right? If this is the only shoe you've got, you can't afford to go and get a shoe like a Metcon or one of the lower models from Metcon, it's fine. It does the trick, it protects you, it protects your foot. However, what it will do at the same time is reduce some of the feedback you can get from your foot, as the cushioning of the shoe will stop you feeling your foot moving around. This isn't ideal, because you can end up squatting out and outside of your foot and you don't even realise it, especially if you have a shoe that's correcting for inversion or eversion in your foot. This can be a bad thing, because it can put excessive load through parts of your body which aren't designed to take that load in that fashion. So to sort of wrap all this up and conclude it about the shoes, your weightlifting shoe is your gold standard if you're going to be moving heavy load, and if you're pushing for that 2 times plus body weight squat in that in your cleans and you're doing your snatch as well. If you're going to get into weightlifting, take it seriously. Grab a weightlifting shoe. If you're getting into CrossFit, I'd recommend grabbing a weightlifting shoe for your weightlifting workouts, where you're doing purely snatch, clean and jerk, cleans, even thrusters to an extent. Your Metcons work really well across a broad base, and it can be a good shoe if you've got proper ankle mobility and good mobility across the whole base. They're really good all-round shoe, and I wear them every day. Let's try and leave runners for running. If you can, spend some time squatting or moving barefoot. It's going to give you really good feedback from the ground, and you'll learn how to grip the ground really well. So guys, that completes the squat week. We've gone through everything from how to build your body weight squat up from the ground, how to warm up for your squat, different squats and where we can use them, how to brace and breathe for your squat, and all other really heavy movements. I hope you've enjoyed this week, and I hope it's helped inform you about squatting and a few little peculiarities with it, and it's going to help you enjoy squatting more in the future. I tried to improve the audio for today, so if it's helped, let me know. Leave a comment below, give us a like, give us some feedback as well. If you want any help squatting or with your programming, feel free to send me a message either on Instagram or on Facebook. Thanks guys.